everybody, it's Chris Eads, and on the line is Wootini here with another Gay Gamer video podcast for you. This week, I went to the movies and I finally saw Megalopolis because I was curious. And it turns out a whole lot of other people are curious too, because the theater where I saw it, it was like a Saturday afternoon matinee, like 3 o'clock, and it was almost full. Like, it was surprisingly full. Like, all these people started coming in. I was like, what is going on? I thought this movie was making no money, but I guess everybody else is just as curious as I am to see what the hell this is all about. And now, having seen it, I can't help you. Basically, the plot is New York City is actually now New Rome, so it's all Roman, and everyone has Roman names, and they dress in Romanesque clothing, and Caesar is fighting with the mayor, who he wants to build Megalopolis with this new building material called the Megalon, which is like some kind of weird sci-fi magic stuff. It's not entirely clear, but it moves, it shifts, it builds, it transforms. Maybe it's not clear. It's just crazy CGI. And then there's also like other subplots, like Aubrey Plaza as Wow Platinum, who was Caesar's mistress, but then she goes and marries John Voight to steal his money. But then she's also plotting with Shia LaBeouf, who is insane. And then it just builds to this climax, and it feels like it just sort of ran out of money and couldn't do the real ending. Because it just sort of stops and you're just like, wait, that was it? What? So yeah, crazy. There's some interesting visuals, very dreamlike and cool, but there's also some dodgy CGI, and the story is kind of a mess. No one talks like a human because it's a fable, and every actor, there's so many actors in this movie, and they all appear to think they're in a completely different movie. It's just all over the map. So bravo to Francis Ford Coppola for making his dream movie that he wanted to get out there. It was his dream project, and he made it happen, and he got it into theaters. I hope it doesn't bankrupt him. But I can't recommend it. But if you are at all curious about it, you do need to see it, because as you can tell, as you see, I cannot explain it. So it has to be experienced firsthand. So if you are at all curious, you should go see it, because you have to see it to believe it. I've seen it, and I still don't believe it. I also we caught up on another streaming premiere. It just came out recently, but we weren't able to see it until this past week. And that is VHS Beyond, which premiered on Shudder. And as with all of the VHS movies, this one is science fiction themed as opposed to horror like the others. But like all the VHS movies, it's hit or miss because it's an anthology. And they're usually more misses than hits. In this one, there were 2 stories that were legit good, and the rest were just sort of ugh. None of them were complete stinkers. They just were good. They were just sort of there. The first one that was really good, a group of skydivers encounter an extraterrestrial complication to their trip, and that was thrilling. And then there's one at the end with this woman who goes out into the desert, and she's determined to prove that UFOs exist, and she follows lights and then wishes that she hadn't. And both of those, if you watch this, you will notice that both of those particular stories use one camera. They actually embrace the found footage premise by using one camera to give you one point of view of the story and put you in it. And that's why they're effective, I think. Also, they were good stories, but they were also really well done because they were the actual found footage. The other ones, they all use found footage from multiple sources that they then edit together. And if you are using footage from multiple cameras and editing it together, that's just a regular movie. That's not found footage. Sorry. And too many found footage movies do that nowadays. And I'm just like, no, that's not how this is supposed to go. So anyway, as for games, I did not play Dear Esther. I was actually very tempted, and I very nearly opened Dear Esther, but I did not. I ended up actually watching a lot of horror movies because it's October at the beginning of the week. And then again on Friday, I watched, it was the 50th anniversary of the premiere of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I watched that. So I was a little more movies than gaming this week. So I actually ended up just playing a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley because they had another update. So there's new content to explore. I also have been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley at different times of day because just playing in the evening, I couldn't unlock all the critters because most of the critters are there all the time, and there's always one of each critter that is only there on specific days at specific times, so you have to make an effort. Thankfully, apparently my friend told me that it used to be much worse, and they would come out like in the middle of the night. So it's like Animal Crossing where you can't catch that fish because you can only do it at like 3 in the morning. And I'm like, I'm asleep at 3 in the morning. I don't know what you're doing. I'm not playing Animal Crossing. I'm asleep. So now they actually have them like during the day, but it's like early in the morning or late at night or whatever. So you have to figure it out. And I was able to get the last squirrel. And then later in the week, I was able to get the last sunbird. So that's good. I did feed the fox, the red fox, but that didn't unlock him. So maybe the next time I feed him, the next time he shows up, whenever that might be, maybe next Friday, I don't know. But of course, the main thing this week was the new update, which introduced Timon and Pumbaa. And I've already said this last episode, I don't like them. I thought The Lion King could have been such a great movie, a classic. And every time it got really good, these two came along and with their comic relief and went waka waka waka, and it just ruined it. I got whiplash. It was like amazing drama, terrible comedy. Amazing drama, terrible comedy. And I'm just like, stop it. You're killing me. I would like to edit them out of the film, and I think it would be better. And they turned out to actually be kind of annoying in the game. Because also, I'm like, don't give us more Lion King characters. Like, give us somebody new. Let us go to a new realm. I have so much Dreamlight, but because I don't need to use it anymore, because we're not unlocking realms anymore. We're just going back to realms again. So, like, give us, like, Snow White or Sleeping Beauty. Give us Maleficent. I'd love to have Maleficent in the Valley. That would be great. Real Maleficent, obviously, not the Angelina Jolie one. So you just go back to the Lion King realm, and you do a bunch of stuff for them, and you do their quests and whatever to get them to move in. And it was funny because they were super annoying, because it seemed like there were extra steps, and it was sort of annoying. And then at the end, you have to go back to the valley to get a plunger off Goofy to help get Pumbaa unstuck. But when you get the plunger, you also need to upgrade the plunger by collecting a whole bunch of crap and then crafting the upgraded plunger. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is so annoying. And I almost shut it off and said, I'll finish it tomorrow. But then I was like, I got most of this stuff already. Let me just see if I can find the gems. And it actually wasn't that bad. So I did get them to move in that first day. And first, Pumbaa moves in. And he's, hello. And I was like, fuck, now do I have to go and do another quest in order to get Timon to move here? And no, you don't. He immediately just moves in right after Pumbaa, but they didn't want to do, I don't know, they wanted to give them both their own animation welcome and not together. I don't know why, whatever. But I started one of their quests, but I haven't actually done it yet because I'm just not in the mood. Because I've been focusing more on the new Star Path, which it's like rock and roll themed. So I'm sort of like, Like I wasn't crazy about the rewards, but I decided I've got the Moonstones. I might as well unlock the premium path and get all of the rewards. Like, I don't think I'll ever build the rock and roll stage with the lights and everything. I don't know where I'd put it. My valley's too crowded already. But I figured I'll get it because there's also clothing items, and some of them are boy clothing items, and I will do whatever I can to get boy clothing items in this game because it's mostly girl stuff. So I've been focusing on the Star Path a bit more than Timon and Pumbaa. F them. I'll get around to it eventually. And putting it off means it stretches it out longer, and then by the time I finish it, maybe then there will be yet another update with another new character. Please be Maleficent or Snow White or some other classic animated character, and no more Lion King. Thank you. So that's it. That's all I played this week. I didn't touch Mafia, and like I said, I didn't touch Dear Esther. So come back next episode. That's all I got to say this week. Come back next time, and I promise I will play something other than Disney Dreamlight Valley. All right? See you then. Bye!